well, where exactly are you located? I had pre-made text messages and I always provide them with parking instructions.
Others were all over the place.
Don't worry, I have a designated area where I just dedicate for lashing.
And they would respond with,
No, do whatever you want. You are the one that hired me. You're the one that looked for me to get your services done. A carved out section just dedicated to eyelashes. All my clients knew I had a dog trying to make that bad girl. Clients wanting to come at odd hours. I had a system, and that's what saved me from all the crazy stories. Hey gorgeous, are you currently contemplating working from home as a lash artist, but you're nervous, scared, or worried about giving your home address out to, strangers? Don't worry, it's totally okay for you to feel this way, especially having a stranger come into your home for the first time. And well, nowadays, you just never know. Or you're probably already working from home and are in need of some tips and safety protocols to implement into your business. Well, you came to the right place. Today, we will be talking about safety measures I took as a lash artist working from home for over 3 years. Thankfully, I never had any issues when I worked from home, and I pray that neither of you ever do as well. Hi, my name is Tatiana Garcia. I'm an eyelash artist with 5+ years of experience. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. The algorithm would really appreciate that, and you would be helping your girl out. Also, please leave me down below some feedback and what video should I make next? Let me know. I would love to dedicate a video to one of you guys because this specific video is dedicated to one of my subscribers. I will leave her name down here below. She asked for this, and hopefully this can help you grow. Let me know if this helped, or if you want me to go into more detail, I can absolutely give you all my knowledge, pick my brain, let me know. As I previously mentioned, we will be covering safety protocols to take when working from home. Have in mind, these are tips and suggestions that worked for me personally. I hope they can help you and inspire you to come up with your own and give you some guidance. We will be covering when and how to give your address out. I will also show you examples of text messages and how to let your clients know that you work from home and how to keep yourself safe overall. Also, get ready to screenshot and take out a pen and paper to take some notes because I'm going to be giving you some juicy notes that you will not want to forget. Let's get started. When and how to give your address out. The way I had it set up was very simple and straight to the point. In my notes section on my phone in the app, I always had pre-made text messages ready to go and just click copy and paste. For example, when a client would message me like, hey, I'm interested in your services, where are you located? I would reply with this text message right here. And my text message would read, I'm ready to screenshot this. Hello, thank you for reaching out. May I please have your name? What service are you interested in? Classic, hybrid, or volume? In this section, you can insert whatever services you offer. Please select a date and time from my availability and let me know what services you'd like. And under this section, I would add my booking calendar. So I had like a specific calendar with all the time slots that I was available for my clients, and they can select from that. After I confirm time and date works, please send your $20 Venmo or Zelle deposit. The rest is due the day of your appointment. Once I receive your deposit, I'll send you a confirmation text with my address and a reminder the day before your appointment. I do work from home and I am located in 90094. Let's say that's my zip code. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. With this message, you're letting your client know, 1, that you work from home, and 2, that you'll only give out your address once the deposit is received. It demonstrates you are serious and professional. Plus, it also helps eliminate no-shows and cancellations. This was a specific method that worked for me and I never encountered any issues. This specific method was how I would personally book clients prior to me getting a booking link. I would send clients my availability and they would select from my availability what worked best for them. After a few months, I got an online booking system. I used to use square.com. It was completely free and customizable to my liking. It was a little challenging to understand. However, if you like a in-depth video of me showing you how to create your Square account, I would be happy to show you. Just let me know in the comments down below. Comment Square and I'll make a video about it. Once I implemented my booking link into my booking system, it was a huge difference. Things just ran so smoothly and I looked so much more professional in general. And here's how I had mine set up. I'm going to show you my business page that I used to promote my business out of. At the moment, I don't anymore. However, it's up there for you to reference and copy and paste as you like. So here's my business page. I'm going to go to the link that I have, which is connected to a direct me link. It's basically similar to Linktree, and it helps you organize all your links in one area and just stay super organized when people look you up. So here I had just some stuff. Side tip, if you want pictures like this, I got a friend that has a professional camera, and he just came and took pictures of me while I was working, and then he sent them to me, and that's kind of how I got these type of pictures. So my clients will go ahead and book now, and the first thing you would see is my disclosure, my studio rules. To all new clients, address will be disclosed once appointment is accepted. I would tell that to everybody because I wasn't giving my address out before accepting a deposit. In my opinion, a deposit means the person is serious and the person is truly willing to pay for your time and your service. So no matter what, always require a deposit, whether it's $20 or $50, whatever you think is reasonable, no matter how regular they come visit you, because a deposit is crucial. People take advantage of people who don't take deposits. Just saying. Okay, so here I would put my crossing streets. So I used to live in Culver City. I no longer live there, but my main crossing streets were National and Robertson. So that's what I would give people when they were like, well, where exactly are you located? I'm like, well, I am in the 90034 area, and my crossing streets are National and Robertson. Usually with that, people can just Google it and be like, okay, they're too far or they're too close. If they want further information, my response was always have a response ready for everything. So my response was, once you pay the deposit, I can provide you with the actual address. Before that, I'm sorry, but I cannot, for my protection and your protection. And most of the time they'll be like, oh, okay, I understand. So I had this up, and you can see here all my rules and everything were always laid out in front of my clients because I wanted no issues. And I can make a whole separate video about policies and rules and how I came up with all of these and why they work and what I use them and how I implemented them. Just let me know in the comments down below, and I'd be happy to make a video about policies and protocols to take within your business. And then once the client booked their appointment, I would go ahead and text them a message with this information, and I'll put it up here too. So like I previously mentioned, in my notes sections on my app, I have an area with every little detail you can think of. I had pre-made text messages, and I can show them to you so you guys can get an idea and copy them to your liking and customize them. Here, once they book the appointment, this is a text message I would send them each time. So I would include location, my full address, and then I will always include parking. Clients sometimes don't know where to park, or since they don't know the area, they're going to be lost. And the first time they come, always provide them with parking instructions so they can find parking easier versus them driving around and then calling me, hey, where can I park? Because that would happen sometimes. Clients would call me and be like, hey, I don't know where to park. Where can I park? So to make my life easier and their life easier, they can prepare ahead of time. I would send them parking instructions prior to them arriving to their appointment. So yeah, I would send them this text message, very detailed, and I would send them my direct link and everything and letting them know how I work. Also, I had a friend who, she's also a lash artist. She lives in a complex, and this complex allows her to buy extra parking spaces, how many ever they wanted, and they would charge her a monthly fee. So she purchased a monthly parking space that was accessible to her clients because where she lived, there was hardly any public parking. So she bought an extra parking space, and she paid, I want to say, $60 extra a month for her parking spot. Maybe it might be less. I'm not quite sure, but I do know that her clients have easy access to it, and she instructs them to park there each time so they know that they can park there whenever they come to visit her. I would always meet my clients outside of my house. Not directly outside, but at least 2 to 3 feet away from the outside of my front door. Like near the neighbor's house, or if I live in an apartment next to the other apartment complex, and observe all aspects of my client. This sounds cruel, but I was watching out for myself. I would pay attention to things like their car, what they were wearing, and my first initial interaction with them. This wasn't to judge them or anything, but to see what I was working with. Usually my gut instincts would tell me, hey, this is good to go, or I would notice red flags. I'll get into some red flags a little bit later. And some clients were very shy and quiet. Others were all over the place and just a hot mess. Not in a bad way. We're all over the place. And a few of them were bubbly and fun and just really cool to talk to from the get-go. When meeting them outside, the first thing I would always do is introduce myself. Hi, my name is Tatiana. I'm your lash artist. And not only introduce myself, but I would always offer them a big giant smile. Sorry about my dogs. I would always smile and put my best foot forward. When introducing myself, I would also ask them, how was your day today? Trying to get to know them a little bit more. Get a conversation going. Then I would say something like, welcome, remember I work from home, but don't worry, I have a designated area where I just dedicate for lashing. Do you need to use the restroom before we get started or anything? And if they did, I would guide them and let them know, show them around. And I would also continue making conversation with them while we're walking up to my front door and while we were settling in to make them feel comfortable. By doing this, it helped my client feel a little bit safer and vice versa. Because remember, they are also nervous. They're going into someone else's home and have their eyes closed the entire time. And that can also be very intimidating for some and just a little nerve-wracking. Thankfully, in the years of lashing from my home, I only had 2 difficult encounters that I can say were just a little bit strange. There was one woman who came and she was nice, nothing wrong with her. I just noticed she was super quiet. And this is the second time I had encountered a woman who was just very, very quiet. I saw a little trend with super quiet women. And what I mean by this is, let me role play a little for you. Me. I'm like, hi, how are you? Them. Hi. I'm good. How are you? Me. I'm great, thank you. My name is Tatiana. Introduce myself, everything. Blah. Let's get started. I would sit them on my bed facing me and be like, hey, do you have any pictures or references you'd like me to do on you or anything? And they would respond with, no, do whatever you want. I'm okay with it. And they were very shy and very quiet, but like too quiet. I've encountered women who are quiet and shy, but they'll let you know what they want. They'll communicate with you. But these 2 particular girls that I remember encountering were both very similar. What I noticed by that is that I don't know if I intimidated them or they just felt uncomfortable. I don't know what it was, but they would never come back. They would book an appointment and then got their lashes done and I would never see them. So that's kind of what I mean by the red flags. If I see that you don't want to communicate with me and talk to me, then that makes me worry because you are the one that hired me. You're the one that looked for me to get your services done. Why aren't you talking to me? I get that you're shy, but communicate with me. So that kind of just threw me off a little, that I've noticed that. The second encounter that I had was with this older woman. She was an international lady traveling from the UK into the States. And this is my take on the story. She needed her lashes done and she found the nearest person near her. She booked her appointment. She messaged me, per usual. The same messages I showed you guys earlier, I sent to her and I showed her, hey, I work from home. You need a deposit. My whole speech. She got to my place and she looked around and instantly I kind of noticed she felt uncomfortable and she's like, may I use your restroom? I'm like, sure. She went inside and when she came back, she's like, I just realized I didn't bring any cash. I need to go get some. I'm like, that's okay. There's an ATM down the street and I would guide her to the nearest place. And then within 2 minutes later that she left to go get cash, she messaged me. She's like, I'm so sorry. I just can't. I felt uncomfortable. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, your deposit is non-refundable. And she's like, that's okay. You keep it. And that was that. I honestly don't know what happened. My place, I like to say, was clean and everything. So that was just on her. But those are the only 2 encounters I've had that have played a big impact. Other than that, nothing else. I always recommend you to let your family members or a trustworthy friend know when you are with clients. I had my best friend Danielle, who is also a lash artist, and I would text her, hey Dee, I'm going to be with a client from 2 to let's say from 2 to 3:30. It's a fill. This is her name. Oh, XO, talk to you later. Later that day, I would check in with her like, hey, everything's good. My set came out good. And we would constantly message each other letting each other know, hey, I'm with a client. Hey, I just left my client or whatever. So we were kind of in the loop of each other's whereabouts in case anything ever, God forbid, went wrong. Something that also helped me to have a more professional looking setup is to actually have a carved out section just dedicated to eyelashes. Nothing else. Whether it's a spare bedroom or a nook in your home. I personally had a full wall made for my place. I worked from home out of 2 spots. The first spot I worked from home was a spare bedroom. I had a 2-bedroom, 1-bath little back house. The spare bedroom, I converted it into a lash studio, and it was only for lash purposes. And then when I moved into my second place, I didn't have an extra bedroom, but I did have a big open space to work out of. So I had one of my uncles build me a full wall that fit specifically in my house. And this full wall helped divide my living room and my lashing area. So it helped me create a dedicated area just for lashes. I feel that my full wall helped me look more professional and make people feel more comfortable. And not only that, but it also kept from having access to my whole place. Plus, I lived alone, so the more privacy I can get, the better. I had my little dog with me, and all my clients knew I had a dog. So when a client would come in, I would always put my dog in her crate, and when my clients would leave, I would take my dog out. Or I would also let my dog roam around in my bedroom when I was with clients, and I would just close my bedroom door. Lastly, don't be afraid. Focus on the bigger picture, which is making sure your clients love your work and become loyal returning customers. Yes, I understand it's scary opening your doors to your home to strangers, but at the end of the day, remember, you are offering a service and trying to make that bag, girl. Don't let fear stop you from your potential and what you deserve. Have a positive mindset and keep booking those clients. You got this. Something I notice a lot of Facebook groups constantly complain about is clients wanting to come at odd hours. I actually have never experienced this, but I believe I never encountered this because I was very professional and direct with my clients. And no matter how cool we got, I would always be very professional with them. Plus, I had my ideal clientele. I build my clients to what I dreamt of my ideal client being. I had a system, and that's what saved me from all the crazy stories. As to why I highly recommend you to look into my other videos about how to curate your perfect clientele to avoid these crazy stories. I really think it comes down to how you treat others and how you treat your business and how you build your business model. Don't let this happen to you. Be smarter, be professional, be direct. You got this, baby girl. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the time you took today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and share, of course. I'll see you next time.